15 minutes of fame.
You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go.
Total Slaughter.
Biggest mistake of my career. Keep it real. Biggest mistake of my career.
Didn't know at the moment though.
Didn't know at the moment. Being too eager, not really understanding the swindle, you know, and something I told you earlier that I did, how I would just reuse and recycle shit that I had all the time. I should have just did that. I just battled Shine earlier that week. I could have used the same Shine rhymes on that and nobody would care now because it was on television.
Facts.
Instead, I tried to remember some rounds that I wrote that I never really rehearsed. Yeah, and mind you, you're going against T-Rex, who woke up that morning knowing I'm going to battle Cortez. And I woke up that morning not knowing I was even going to battle.
Right.
You're not going to beat T-Rex like that. Not him. You know what I'm saying?
Hard to beat T-Rex when you
when you're prepared for him. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
But I felt like that was like, I feel like I get such a bad rap. And the crazy thing is, my episode is still the highest viewed episode. It was the most viral episode.
Except K-Shine when he was arguing with Verb.
See, but we
That
was
shit
part of
was
that
crazy.
too. But that day is when me and Rex run it back in that kitchen. We run it back.
I didn't see that part of the video.
Yeah, it's there too. We run it back.
I
remember
remember
Misfit
listening to the
standing there in the kitchen. We all there. We kind of amping it a little bit, but you know we all there. But those were behind. That's a behind the scenes footage. Yeah.
I just saw the K-Shine and Verb.
But to be honest with you,
worst mistake of your life, huh?
yeah, and you know what's crazy, bro? Everybody choked on that show.
They didn't show.
No, everybody choked on the episodes. Marv 1 choked. Arsenal stumbled. He got mad at Joe Buttons. Remember, everybody that was on there choked except Rex. Daylight, I think, did good, right? And the bullshit is, everyone had 8 hours to prepare for their battle. My battle was the only battle that was right there on the spot. And I got through like a minute of material before I choked. It was 90 seconds. You know what I'm saying? I got through a minute of my material. So how the fuck dudes like, you know, discredit me when dudes had 8 hours and they were only rapping like 4 bars. Like Verb fucked up, Marv fucked up. You know, like all these people were fucking up. And I was just like, had to do it on the spot. And it was just like, I was like, get the fuck out. Like, this nigga's over here like that earn cat and make him earn that. I'm like, yo, this nigga got this whole round. This holy shit. This nigga got 3 fucking rounds for me right now. Like, come on, man. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? I was so tight, son. I wanted to fucking burn that fucking house down, bro.
I love Rex
I
to
never
death,
really
and I
slept
still
on-
think that's wrong.
And,
It was
and,
wrong.
I never really slept on the couch. I was really about to fuck shit up in that crib, bro. And I feel like I should have. To this day, I feel like I should have violated that whole crib, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that would have went more viral than anybody rapping in there. Feel me?
And I think you would have probably Pauls came out on top too.
'Cause-
Everybody went because everybody was pretty much that was like a fucking.
Yeah.
I mean that was difficult for you to handle.
Yeah,
you know
bro.
what I mean?
And again, like that shit
Yeah.
really pissed me off, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you really know the situation. Calico was supposed to be on the show, not me. I knew that they were doing the casting or whatever like that. For whatever reason, they picked Calico over me. Fine. I battled K-Shine that weekend. A month prior, I was supposed to battle Rex in LA.
We talked about that.
Rex missed his flight. We actually, me and my team, we got stranded in LA. The promoter picked us up, took us to the hotel, and disappeared on us.
I got that. I got both of y'all stories that I can't find one of them. Because you told me that whole story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got stranded out there.
Then Rex told me too.
We got stranded out there. It was the Battle America dude.
Yeah.
We got stranded out there. Luckily, I already knew some people out there, you know, and we were situated. We was alright, you know, but the battle never happened. I had these 3 rounds for Rex. Then Harry came with his league, and they wanted to do me and Kayshawn. Now we supposed to do URL. URL didn't have the right money, and I went with Harry. And Harry did a little event, and then I didn't really write for Kayshawn. I just switched up some bars, and I used a lot of the Rex material for the Kayshawn battle.
Which could have came in handy.
So I battled Kayshawn on a Saturday. That Monday, they contact me after the battle. Yo, call. Yo, bro, Joel Ortiz hits me. I'm like, what's up? He's like, yo, we got this Total Slaughter shit, da-da-da, a couple battle rappers, boom, boom, boom. Yo, gotta get my Puerto Rican brother in here, like, da-da-da. I'm like, yo, what's up? When is it? He's like, Thursday. This is Monday. I'm like, Thursday? He's like, yeah. I'm like, who's on the show? He's like, Math, Mook, Rags. No, he don't say Rags. Math, Mook.
Is Rex not on the show?
Yeah. He's like Big T. He says Marv 1, Berg, Calico, Disaster. I'm like, word? Oh, yeah. Nigga put me on. He's like, I'm like, where's the house? He's like, it's in the hood. It's in Brooklyn. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Put me on. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, yo, have some rounds ready and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, what's the thing? He says, everybody's going to have 90-second rounds, but he says you're going to have 8 hours to prepare. I'm like, all right, cool. Even when I read the script, it was you will get 8 hours to prepare for the battle. All right, cool. I can put a 90-second round together in that matter of time.
Right.
Cool. And let me have some generic rhymes to
build off of.
Yeah, to build off of. And then, you know, specific who I got to battle, I can make some lines direct to them. And now I knew everybody that was on the show. So I had a couple of bars for Math, or a couple of bars for Marv, or a couple of bars for Diz, or whoever. But we sitting there, and they say, oh yeah, we got a surprise. Yo, I'm not even in the house an hour.
Damn.
And they're like, T-Rex comes in. And I'm like, the fuck is Rex doing here? And they're like, yeah, Rex is going to pick one of y'all to battle for a spot in the house. And I'm like, what? Right? And I'm sitting there and I'm like, damn. I said, the only thing I could do is probably re-rhyme the shit that I had for Kayshawn. But I'm like, damn, I just battled Kayshawn. Like, that would look crazy. Really, it wouldn't have looked crazy.
Nope,
really think about it.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
On the spot, what the fuck you want me to do?
Yeah, and if anybody would said that, I could have just said that.
Fact.
And I knew those Kayshawn rounds, and those Kayshawn rounds was fire. So I could have flipped some dot mob shit. I was like, yo. So then Rex goes and picks. Actually, he picked Big T. He says, Big T. And they go, what you said? He said, and Big T's like, oh man, like Big T's like this. And in my head, I'm like, like, you know what I mean? And then he says, nah, I want Cortez. Oh. I said, what? What did you say, Randy? Like, what? He's like, I want Cortez. He looked me dead in my eyes. And I said, this motherfucker got them 3 rounds because he didn't fucking make the flight last month. I said, this nigga's clipped up. I knew it already. I said, all right, we got 8 hours. They was like, nah, y'all got to battle right now. I'm like, what? I start arguing with the line producers. They're like, nah, y'all got to battle right now. What are you talking about? I'm like, nah, bro, y'all said 8 hours. What the fuck you mean? I'm arguing. You know, Joe Buns is actually like, yo, y'all talking like Cole, not like that. Y'all bugging. Da, da, da. They start arguing. Royce is like, nah, he's not going to be able to beat Rex right now on the spot, bro. Like, it actually was a real debate in the house. I don't know how the fuck they got me to be like, fuck it. But I was just like trying to run through shit in my head. And I was just like so upset. I was like, man, fuck it, then let's go. And I went. And I think my first round was actually good. But his energy, he was so on point. Like, I'm just rapping a verse and like trying to get through it.
I was about to say, you trying to get through it.
Yeah, I'm not. He's like, and then earn that. I'm like, earn that. Like, I'm like, oh, this nigga's throwing that up. Yo, what the fuck is going on? And I turn around and I look, and Joel Ortiz is like, and I look and I see Math, and Math is like, I'm like, nah, son, this is the swindle right here, bro. my fucking heart is like this. I'm like, yo, bro. I was so tight. I was so tight, bro. Like, you don't understand how tight I was.
And all you had to do was say, fuck you. You said I'm getting 8 hours.
Yeah, I should have stood on business.
Can't. Yeah, I wouldn't have did it. Nah, I would have said, fuck that. Too late now.
Yeah. Yo, bro, to me, I honestly feel like that was the biggest mistake of my career. I feel like that hurt my stock totally.
I agree.
Totally.
It followed you, and it's like nobody's giving you the benefit of the doubt.
No.
You know what I mean? They just taking it for what it is instead of saying like, yo, the motherfucker didn't have no time to prepare. We knew Rex was ready.
Yeah, so I don't even feel like the battle hurt. I feel like it's the stigma of the couch. The stigma of Cortez slept on the couch. So like it was like you kind of like played me on national television, and not Rex, but like it made a mockery of me on television. And I always hated that, because even people from my hood, or people that really were believers in me, that were supporters of me, they were upset with me. Like, yo, Cole, why'd you let them niggas do that? Like, fuck them niggas. Nigga, you work too hard to let somebody come in here and play with you like that. Right. I was always the one telling other people, don't let them play with you. Don't let them ruin your brand. You ruin your brand, you ain't got nothing. And I feel like I allowed them to do that. You know what I mean? So that shit really, really, like, pissed me off. You know what I mean?
Pissed me off. Because again, I saw how something like that actually affected your career.
Yeah.
You
know what I'm saying?
And now y'all battled after that?
6 months later is when they got booked on Nome.
Right, on Nome, right. Urban Plaza. Yeah. And then who was it? Him? Time? You said you with
the time because of the original contract from Battle America was a 2-minute round. So when they brung it over to URL, they didn't really handle the contract. Now my contract had said 330. I wrote 330 rounds. Head Ice called me the night before Dome. Head Ice was like, yo, are you clipped up? He was like, yo, this nigga got some shit for you. I spit my rounds to Ice. Ice was like, oh, you locked in. I was like, yeah, bro. I said, because I already knew how the television shit was. The show wasn't out yet. The show didn't air till after Nome. I think Nome was like early June.
Which was good.
And then Total Slaughter aired the end of June, early July. So in my head, I was like, all right, that episode's going to come out. And then the URL real battle's going to come out after. So even though Rex got me one, I'm going to get him the second one, and maybe it'll be a rubber match. Maybe we could do the first ones of a 3. And the beef between me and Rex was huge at the time anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, we can market this a better way. And yo, if you hear my rounds, if you really watch what I was saying before they kept cutting me off, I was going to smoke him. Like it was going to be ugly, you know? So get there. Ice, I don't know if Ice maybe mentioned it to Rex. Like, yo, that boy clipped up for you. So when he gets on stage, he already knew I was clipped up. You know, I'm chilling backstage. I'm with Jada Kids. I'm smoking a blunt. I'm not rehearsing, nothing. I had all my shit because I had all that anger from the show being filmed and all that. So I know all that shit. And that nigga, he looked at me. He knew. He was like, yo, you know my contract says 2 minutes, right? Why are we about to flip the coin? I'm like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about none of that. My contract don't say. He said, yo, Norbs, run the clock. I was like, what you mean run the clock? Yo, Smack, run the clock, 2 minutes. Like, nah, fuck out of here. So Smack is like, yo, if you know, we had a little controversy. I'm like, nah, bro, y'all not about to do this, bro. And I was trying to argue with Randy because I'm like, yo, bro, I let you rock in the house and you got one up on me. And now you trying to pull one and we at Irving Plaza. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like,
at least let this one be fair, my nigga.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I never felt like me and him really had a fair battle ever. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only thing I really didn't respect. Like, I fuck with Rex. Like, we don't really have no beef, but like that to me, that shit just that whole drama from the Total Slaughter to Nome and then cutting me off and stopping me, and it's like. They weren't stopping me like after I finish a scheme and I let the punchline land.
2 minutes.
Yeah, it was like I'm in the middle of a scheme, and it was like I couldn't really like get in my bag. Like I was cooking, but it wasn't definitive enough, and it made the battle whack. Like people was like upset.
Not a good battle.
Yeah, so
Not
people was just like, nah, we ain't fucking with this. So then the only thing they really go on is Total Slaughter. People talk about Total Slaughter way more than they talk about Gnome.
Right.
And Gnome is a big event. You know what I mean? And then I was just like to me, that's when like things really started like unraveling as Cortez, like the brand. You know what I mean? I think before that, Holland Disaster. You know, I had the battles with I had the battles like with X Factor, with Hitman. So my stock was still very much up. You know, so.
You were that fucking guy.
Yeah,
it was Total Slaughter that shifted.
Yeah, and then that whole shit. And I just feel like, you know, maybe sometimes you just say no because you don't know what the outcome is sometimes. You know what I mean? So
if the playing field isn't leveled, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Fuck that superhero shit. Throw on my cape. I'll go ahead and do it. No. That shit. You know, and of course I reflect on it now, and I'll be like, yeah, that shit was not the move. You know what I'm saying? Because it fucked up a lot of money. That's when I started realizing me negotiating certain prices, and people were like not trying to give it to me. So then when I started seeing that, I was like, oh nah, like, you know, this really affected the brand.
15 minutes of fame.
You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go.